Speaking of goalies, that brings us to the Montreal Canadiens. Now, I'm going to read you some stuff before we get into our picks here. Okay?
I suppose we should take some time on this one, huh?
We should. So Elliot Friedman and Frank Saravalli are two quotable things. I'm gonna quote them both on this one. Okay. Fried said this in his article about Carey Price. The facts are this: it is absolutely impossible for Seattle not to seriously consider this. There are extremely legitimate on and off ice reasons to select Price. He could be Seattle's closer and the Marc-Andre Fleury standard bearer for the franchise. He played junior hockey in the state. His wife, Angela, is from Washington State. Intriguingly, Price is represented, and Steve mentioned this, by Gary Johansson, who also represents Chris Driedger. It's been rumored for a while now that Seattle will take and sign him, which we're pretty much sure is going to happen. And there are other candidates, Kaapo Kähkönen, Vanecek, and then there are veterans on short term that you could take: Ben Bishop, Jonathan Quick.
Lots of free agents as well.
Lots of free agents. Now, Saravalli said this, Frank Saravalli of Daily Faceoff: this story continues to evolve and percolate. I'm told the Seattle Kraken continue to investigate Price's injuries. Ownership has given Hockey Ops the full green light to select him if he sees fit. That is Francis. Health concerns and all. There is zero doubt that today they are considering it. Now, Angela Price tweeted out today that she's like, don't worry, guys. I've seen all your DMs. It's going to be okay, and it all makes sense. I don't know. And there are some teams that are pretty upset with Montreal right now because they're saying, all of the sudden, your two most valuable players are too injured to play next year. Weird. Steve?
Well, so I have two things to say there. One, the turnaround between the end of the Stanley Cup final and the expansion draft is so quick that Montreal's timing here, there is plausible deniability. Absolutely. Because diagnosis like these, you're talking probably second opinions. You're talking about a wide variety of things. Like this is not a decision with Shea Weber or with Carey Price. Neither decision with either player should be made quickly. So the decision with Weber, to me, isn't suspect at all for that reason. Carey Price, because it was like the day before, is a little bit more. So there's me giving Montreal the benefit of the doubt. Here's the other side of me. The Montreal Canadiens lost the Stanley Cup to a team that was $18 million over the cap, and now we will all feel their wrath. Marc Bergevin is walking the line big time. He had to get permission from the National Hockey League to even have Carey Price waive his no move. And the Shea Weber stuff, it continues to be fascinating. And wouldn't it be amazing? This is when we'll know he was lying the whole time, is if Seattle takes Price and he goes, actually, Weber's fine. You know what I mean? That's when we'll know. But the Tampa Bay Lightning got rather clever with the rules. They violated none of them. They just got cheeky. They got cheeky with the rules that existed. And Marc Bergevin said, all right, I got to step my game up.
It's almost like the Lightning were a little bit more there was a little more finesse to it. Bergevin,
subtle.
He's hitting this with a mallet. It's what's interesting here, guys. Before we get our picks in too, is that you've got a ton of other options, but very few teams have a chance ever at Carey Price. This is probably the first time since it was remember the Jaro Halak Carey Price debate in 2008, 2009 in the playoffs?
A long time ago.
Since anybody's had a shot at Carey Price. So, as the Seattle general manager, president, Hockey Ops, knowing that Ron Francis said that cap space is the most important and most valuable thing to an NHL team, it's only valuable with, if you use it. Jesse Blake, who do you pick for the Montreal Canadiens?
Cap space is the most valuable thing. That's why I'm taking the guy who won't count against the cap at all. Jonathan Drouin. You take him. He sits next to Oscar Klefbom on your LTIR, and you warm up to Drouin. You say, whenever you're ready to come back, we don't know why he stepped away from the game. Whatever happened there, it's a situation that'll resolve itself. And you get a free Jonathan Drouin whenever he's ready to come back, if he does. And if he doesn't, no money lost. It's all good. You don't take it. The fun thing to do is take Carey Price, but you don't take Carey Price. There's so many other goalies here that are worthwhile and don't cost $10 million.
Now, LTIR only kicks in if you're right at the cap. Do you think Seattle will be a cap team?
Oh, my team is a cap team.
All right. The Jesse Blake Kraken are a cap team, baby. Steve Dangle.
I will not be seduced by Carey Price. I will not. Because people talk about having a marketable star, and he's going to get the Fleury treatment. That is revisionist history. Yes, the Vegas Golden Knights marketed Marc-Andre Fleury, but we're talking about Vegas marketed their goalie based on Fleury's legacy prior to him joining Vegas. The recent history before he joined Vegas was he just lost his job to Matt Murray. Yeah, he won a couple cups, but he had just lost his job.
And what did Pittsburgh do to get him to Vegas?
They had to give up a second-round pick so that Vegas would not take Murray. Can you imagine going back in time and changing that decision? And nope, they just lose Murray, and we all curse the Penguins. You guys are a bunch of idiots. How could you lose him? You just won back-to-back cups with this kid. Can you imagine?
Pens would have been better off, it seems.
It seems. It sure does seem. Yeah, we all knew James Neal was going to kill it. And we all knew William Karlsson was going to score 40 goals. No, you got to be careful with the revisionist history, and a marketable star is enticing. Nothing is more marketable than winning. So, I pick because it sticks to the plan. He's young. He's a right-handed D. He's an RFA, but I do have that control. Cale Fleury.
Good pick.
So I do take Fleury.
Okay.
I get Fleury anyway. There's got to be one Fleury per expansion team, and I took two. Hayden and Cale.
I will be tempted by the forbidden fruit.
I love it.
It's Seattle Kraken property, baby. And here's why. Listen,
I love it.
He might not play, but Carey Price on this team gives it instant credibility. This guy just lost the Stanley Cup after dragging an 18th place team to the finals. Please don't tell me it went any other way. Carey Price shut the fucking door all the way up. Yes, he makes too much money. Nah, he probably won't play for 40 games, but I like a couple of things here. First off, if you're a cap team like Jesse's team is, LTIR space. Great leader in the dressing room. Good, calm guy to have around. Olympic champion. As I said, just lost the Stanley Cup final. Better mentor for young goalies like Kaapo Kähkönen. And, you worry about that contract and how it hurts you a little bit later on. This guy is a marketable name. Montreal, it seems, all of a sudden because of injuries, is a bit of a mess right now. I don't see Seattle actually doing this because NHL GMs are just no fun. But Carey Price with the Seattle Kraken, can you imagine the hoopla in Seattle? Can you imagine the outrage in Montreal? You'll have a bunch of people saying this is good for Montreal. They might be right. But Carey Price leaving Montreal like this is going to be one of the most unbelievable stories that never happens in the NHL. And I'm sad to say I don't think it's going to happen, but I certainly would.
I tell you what, though. You get Carey Price. I get excited. I buy season seats as a result. And then you tell me he's not going to play till January. I want my money back.
What?
I want my money. I got these tickets because of the marketable superstar that you just told me about, and now he's not going to play? Give me my money back.
That's your fault.
I hate you guys.
You're selling a plucky
That's
team.
my
By the
fault?
way, you don't get refunds on season seats, pal.
What?
Well, I tell you what. You know what's a
selling
bad way to start? By conning your fans.
That's not conning your fans.
No,
I think it's open about the
Steve.
fact that he's injured.
You got it. Okay. They have to announce it. They have to announce it when they get him. You need an answer.
No,
What if they don't know?
Then you don't pick them.
Oh no, you pick him. You pick him. What matters now? Seattle's got like a 3 or 4 year grace period with their fans here. You don't need to win right now. I mean, it'd be good to win right now, but what you need to do is bring on some people that people can identify with. Carey Price is a guy that can do that. And while he's injured, guess what he can do? Go out to the schools, meet the kids, do the community thing, and then you get to see him in net. You do the interviews. You do all the things that you need to do to endear yourself to the community. All the things Carey Price has done so wonderfully in Montreal. There's a reason why people love this guy so much. Even if for the marketing department, you pay a $10 million goalie for the first half of the year to just do marketing and community development for you. That is what you do it for, my personal opinion.
That is a great perspective. And that is why I do a show with two people who have a different perspective than me.
Also, I like conning fans. Fuck you guys. Anyway.